Hello, 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 hello. Just waiting
Hello,
for connection. Waiting for connection there. Hello there, Ahmed.
my name is Ahmed. Nice to meet you. Well,
Uh,
what's your name?
my name is John.
Welcome to
Likewise.
you.
W-
Where are you from?
Uh, I'm from Australia.
Welcome to you.
Yeah.
Uh,
And what about you? Where are you from, Ahmed?
I'm from Iraq.
All right. Okay. Well, welcome to Camberley.
Thank you. Let me ask you about is there a real plan to learn English?
Could you repeat that, please? Could you say
Uh,
that?
is there real plan to learn English?
Yes. Yes. There's a great plan from listening to reading to building up your vocabulary, building up
Yes.
your words. So but I always think that we go back to the beginning when we were babies. You know, we had to listen to our parents, and listening is a very important part of understanding any language. So listening to teachers and listening like to podcasts. You can listen to a podcast like TEDx or TED Talks, or listening to like the BBC News, or listening to something slow and clear. Everyone has a different listening speed. Yeah,
Yes.
usually some slowly and clearly. You hear the words. That's very important. I
Okay.
maintain, and of course, building up your vocabulary, your words.
Yes.
Everyone knows so many
Okay.
words.
Wait, wait.
Okay,
Wait, stay online. Just back to a few seconds.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But thank you. But I think this is why it take long time
Mhm.
when you use this plan to listening and reading. Maybe take more time. Is there? We are in century 21, and everything it's get modern. The people it's maybe to live in the moon, and the world is changing very fast. There's no way invited right now to speak English fluently.
Well, there's no quick, easy way. You
Mm,
know, like it is a process. Like learning any language is a process. Like English, for some people, is a difficult language to master, to speak fluently, to be able to use words. You know, like we all know so many words, and to be able to use them in a fluent sense, it takes practice. You know, and as I say, everyone's at a different level, from basic, intermediate to advanced level. I sense that you're at an intermediate level. I think you're about intermediate to advanced level. So yeah, you're at a good level where you could really take off a lot. You know, you're at a level now. You're not a beginner, okay? So for you to speak more fluently, uh, is about the practice. Like I teach students for their entrance exam for the university to speak for 2 minutes. To speak for 2 minutes using grammar, to be able to expand their answers, to be interesting. I believe that is a good way to become more fluent. Is the International English Language Testing System. I think that'd be good for everyone to do. To they get asked a question in the exam, and they have to use creativity. They have to be able to even they don't know the answer. But they have to be able to speak authoritatively. You know, and I we train them here on at Camley to be able to, to be able to get that confidence to be able to speak for 2 minutes. and they need to have listening skills, and also they need to have writing skills. So those three components is part of the testing system.
Okay. As to learn English second language, which language should I learn? Formal or informal, or both of them together?
You could learn them, both of them together. I would learn a more. I would learn the conversational English to begin with. Just, I think that's a great way to gain more confidence. Is conversational English, and I say to everyone is to pick 100 words. I just pick a number, 100 words, 100 conversational English words. Go into Google, Google 100 words, write 100 words down. Okay.
Every day, every week, every month.
No, we'll just write the 100 words down, and then
On Google?
yeah, just go into Google after we talk. After our lesson, go into Google. Just Google 100 popular English conversational words. So every morning you spend 20, 30 minutes every morning. You pick 10 words, let's say 10 words, and you look up the meaning of the word, and then you put the word into a sentence, okay, and then repeat it over and over and over. So repeat it. So you're submitting it to your memory, okay. And the next day you do the same thing. You pick 10 words, go through the process, but then you go back to the first day and do a quick review, a quick revision. So by the end of the week, you know another 70 new words that you didn't know before. Okay. So this is the process of building up your vocabulary. And you always have it to go back to and refer to if you need to refer to what you learnt. Okay. So you could use this methodology for 100 English phrases, conversational phrases.
Okay. Which first should I learn, English or grammar, or both of them together?
I think it's just learning the listening and the reading and the speaking. Grammar. There's too many rules in grammar. Most students, you get confused with grammar. If you're listening to good grammar, and you're speaking good grammar, and you're listening to and you're reading good grammar, you know what good grammar is. You don't have to know what bad grammar is. You know what I mean? It's an ongoing process of learning grammar without knowing every intricate rule of grammar. Okay. If you know the past, the present, and the future,
Yes.
past, present, future tenses, I mean, that's a grounding. But if you want to be, a doctor or a lawyer, yes, you need to have higher levels of grammar. Yes. But while you're developing to that level, yeah.
Uh, but I think it's grammar. It's because I teacher. I teach English in primary school,
Yep.
and should I learn more and more about grammar? Should I learn grammar?
Well, yes, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying grammar's not important. Grammar is definitely important. But what I am saying is that grammar can be, there's not enough speaking in schools. My experience worldwide is that everyone learns grammar and reading. They don't speak enough. The teachers don't speak enough English for students, or don't give the students confidence to be able to use the language, to be able to speak it. You know, they might learn all the foundations, but they're not learning the actual speaking. And that's what happens. A lot of university students, or high school students, come to me or come to Cambly to be able to speak it, and I tell them, go away and, okay, l- learn from listening and practice reading out loud, reading books to their level, knowing all the words in the book, say, and then picking a diversity of books to be able to learn more about English. Because yeah,
Let me ask you about this subject. Can we use the verb to be in the present simple?
I'm
Use
sorry.
the verb. Can we use a verb to be in the present simple like is are?
Like what? Sorry, like
Like is are.
I'm, are,
Uh, can we uh, use the
verb,
verb to be with present
present. Yeah,
simple?
a verb to be in present simple.
Yes,
Can we use a verb to be present in present simple? Am is are. Am is are. I am. I am. I'm going down the street. Yeah, I'm going down the street to buy some milk. You know, I am. I am. I am. Is I am do. And then the verb after I am doing something, or we are, as in plural, like we or they are or he is. Yeah. So it depends how we're using a singular or as in a
yes,
plural.
yes. I know that, but I ask you about can we use the verb to be in present simple? It's okay, okay, or we
Yeah,
can't use it.
in the present simple. I think so. Yes, in the present simple.
Okay. Uh, what time is the, right now in Australia?
I live in Vietnam. I teach English
Oh,
in Vietnam. It's
oh,
now almost 10 o'clock. It's 9:56 a.m. In Australia, it's 4 hours in advance. It would be
uh,
almost 2 o'clock in Australia. What
now
time
in
is it?
Vietnam, right now.
Uh, 9:56 a.m.
Oh,
Yeah. What about Iraq? What time is it there?
it's going to be 6 at morning.
Ah, 6. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh, what about the phrase the verb?
The phrasal verbs. Yeah.
Yes, it's useful to learn.
Yeah. The phrasal verbs. Yeah. Yeah. The phrasal verbs. I mean, they're important to learn also. Yeah. We have lessons on phrasal verbs in our library. In our library, we have lots of different grammar. A section of our lesson is in like phrasal verbs or some grammar. Yeah, I think they're important to learn. Yeah,
Do you know the website to learn grammar and listening?
a
Yes.
Grammarly is one. I'll send you an email, Ahmed, that has some interesting links.
You can send me on Cambly right now.
I can send it to you. I'll have to wait for the lesson to finish, and then I will be able to send you an email. But Grammarly, um, I think that's one website that's good for grammar, and I recommend like TEDx for a lot of students for listening, and TED Talks. What was the other one? The for grammar, and yeah, I mean Duolingo is another one. Uh, I mean even Kindle. People want to listen to a book instead of reading a book. You're familiar with Kindle, and there's a few others I have in my on my letter, my website. Yeah, but a lot of students like conversational English. We have basic, intermediate, advanced levels for conversational English, just to practice using good grammar, good English in our conversation.
Okay. Which skill should I focus on the four skills, the reading? Which skill I focus on the listening or speaking and reading, writing, or all these skills
Yeah,
should I practice with
yeah.
him?
Yeah. What I recommend to everyone is to have a to do list. first of all have a why. Why am I learning English? Why? So, but listen to two or three podcasts a week. Learn 70 new conversational words per week. Read a book that you know all the words to get confidence, and then keep diversifying different books. And then at least read a book that you know 70% of the words. Okay, and then learn the words that you don't know. Look the words up or write them down, and be able to look them up in the dictionary and look at the meaning. And try to speak English every day. I think that's a like try
Uh,
to.
you know, I live in country they don't like or they wouldn't to
Yeah,
speak English. They
yeah,
speak Arabic, and I can't speak English with them except my to English with the friends online or the people who speak English.
yeah.
That's my problem. It's or that's I suffering from the speaking English. Just I want how to practice English with the speaking if you live in Arabic country.
Well, I speak to many Saudi Arabians from Riyadh and Jeddah and places, and they come to Cambly 2 or 3 times a week. I understand that they don't speak English in their family house, and but the need for them is to speak English. It's very difficult. It's to find a friend, or come to Cambly 2 or 3 times a week and speak to a native speaker. There's tutors from everywhere, from America, England, Australia, everywhere around the world. Different tutors. Uh, that would be my advice: is to come to Cambly. Um, we have lots of different. We have advanced English. We have business English, advanced business English, English for travel. Uh, we have lots of different lessons that we can talk about.
How long have you been teaching in Cambly?
For around 20 months,
Huh?
and almost 2 years, but
You-
21 months. Yeah. Yeah, around
Yeah,
21, around the
it's
pandemic. When the pandemic closed the schools,
uh,
I was teaching in a middle school, and when it closed the schools in Vietnam,
it's
I
been,
jo-
you can say 1 year on Cambly.
no, I would say at least a year and a half, one and a
Uh,
half years.
yes. Why do you live in Vietnam? Do you teach in Vietnam?
Yes. Well, we came here in 2019. I was traveling around Laos, Thailand, Cambodia, and then back to Vietnam. I met a Vietnamese lady in Halong Bay, and we married. And
Did you teach English in Australia?
no, I didn't. I wasn't speaking. No, no, no. I'd worked in the government. I'd had my own businesses. I had a lot of life skills. I decided to come teaching in Asia.
Why you don't teach English in Australia? You don't. There's no. You can't.
I chose to come here. That's where I chose to travel. I was going to travel the world, but the pandemic came, and that limited my traveling. I was going to Mexico, Portugal, and Europe, but because of the pandemic, I was limited. They closed the airport in Vietnam. They closed it on March the 15th, and you couldn't travel anywhere. So I decided to join Cambly. Yeah.
They don't look for people who want to teach in English in Australia because they all these learn English. But I ask you about the grammar sorry, primary school or middle school. They don't want to teach tutor to teach the grammar and pronunciation or.
Yes. Yes. Of course. Of
Mm.
course they do. Of course they do. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Did you teach? Did you? Is there Arabic language in Australian schools?
I would say they would be. We have every nationality in the world that live in, and there's many Arabs that live there, many Muslims, many Arabs, in more so Melbourne. I would say there would be an Arabic school there. Yeah, I mean
Mhm.
we have international schools, and I'm sure
Okay.
there's Arabic there. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'm,
I ask you about the primary school for the first grade. The people who first class. Did you teach him the alphabet, English alphabet?
the English alphabet. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I've taught all grades. You know, like up to middle school, from 5 year olds right through
Yes.
to like 13 year olds. Yeah, sure. The alphabet.
Yes. And I have this for English for Iraq for first class.
Oh
First,
yes.
yes. And with the not long, just letter and with the letter with the two words.
Yeah. Yes. 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 Yep. Yeah. A for apple. B for ball. B for bus. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you think that's suitable for the 6 years?
For,
The people who are 6 years?
yes. Five. Yeah. Five.
Mm.
Four.
Okay.
Five.
And
Six.
always start my lesson uh, the, to show on the LCD projector alphabet songs A B C D E F G, and also after that to listen to show them audio with the letters
Mm.
and words.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, that's
Uh,
the format I would do. I usually I have cards. I have cards, and I go
okay. And
elephant,
after that,
elephant, and then
yes,
yeah.
yes, word with the picture or with the yes. And after that, to tell them to teach them how to write this letter in activity book to
Mm.
learn how to write the
Yes.
letter.
So
What about this book?
Oxford Picture Dictionary. Ah, yes. Okay. Monolingual. Ah, yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
monolingual.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, do you think that's nice? It's useful for me because I'm learning English.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's gives you.
What
Does
about
it
this?
give you English grammar in use? Yeah. Self practice book for intermediate. Ah, yeah. Okay.
Okay. I ask you about sometimes to feel boring. Why the learning English sometimes or stuck in some level?
Yeah, that's the secret of any teacher is to make it interesting, is to make it appealing for. Are you there? Are you there, Ahmed?
Yes, yes. Go ahead.
Are you there? Uh, have I lost you? Are you there?
I hear you. Go
Hello?
ahead. Yes, I hear you. Go
Are
ahead.
you there?
Yes,
Are you there?
yes.
Go ahead. Okay, I've just lost your the picture. Yeah, that's the secret of anything is to make it interesting and for students to keep have their focus and to be able to be creative and invent games and invent lots of games that they can play while they're learning. Because as you know, as a teacher, they absorb a lot of information when they're younger, and
Mm.
that's the best time to teach. So they're
That's
not distracted. You
that's
know, these
make me
distractions
feel bored.
cause the problems. So yeah, it's about keep inventing new ways to teach them. Yeah,
Okay. Let
with
me ask you
songs and
about the
yeah, and
uh,
games, songs and games, and using some of the technology. Yeah, with cards. I use cards where I would put
uh,
the cards down. I would sit them in front of me, and then I would put the cards down in front, and I would say apple, and then they have to hit the right card. I could have apple, orange, lemon, tomato. So the picture of the apple is there. So they have to hit the apple, and then I would move the cards around, and then I would take a card away, and then they have to tell me what does what does mean by self study.
it's mean study
Mean by
without a
self
teacher.
study. Self study. Well, they need to study themselves. Like with
Uh,
they take their books away and they do
That's
coloring, or they
that,
need to
that's
they need
mean
to answer some questions. You know,
that's mean
what you've learnt, like a revision. They need to do a self-study
it's
homework,
mean
or
study without
yeah,
teacher.
ask them questions about what they just learnt, so they just don't forget. Yeah,
Self study. That's mean with teach.
self-study.
It's mean teach
Yeah, it's
teach
really
my
about really making it interesting, making it fun. And I ask some students, you know, how they go, and they say, well, it's boring sometimes. They say it's boring because the teacher just teaches from the textbook. Well, they need to get them involved, get the students
uh,
involved in
self
learning, make it a
study.
real fun.
Yes,
Even a middle class, okay, high school's a bit different, but I think in that middle class area
Mr. John.
is
Self
a good
study.
time to get them involved in
Can you
learning.
hear me?
Yeah,
Self
but
study. It's
I'm
mean
not sure how are you still there?
yes, yes.
Can you hear me? No, I cannot hear you.
Fine.
No, you can hear
No.
me.
Yes, yes. I hear you.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, that's. I mean, if you're teaching that grade, those are some of the things I do. There's another book that I have here that have
What's it called?
that it's a Vietnamese school that's just opened, and they asked me to talk at the school opening,
Yes.
and yeah, some of it's in Vietnamese. I mean, I don't know why they put it in all too much in Vietnamese.
Did you study English at the Australian universities?
Uh, yeah, so we've still got 2 minutes. So practice. The secretary is very fast, isn't she? Okay, so there's some of the grammar. Aren't you a teacher? Yes, I am. Doesn't he
What
teach English? Yes, he
what can
does.
you show me
So
the
we
book?
have sort of. Hmm, it's hard to see.
Mm.
I haven't had a good look at this book,
Oh, can
but
you show me
anyway,
the yeah, show me the books.
it's too much Vietnamese in the book. There's not enough English, but there is some very good English books. You've got a couple there, and there's other English books that you could use also. That to
Uh,
yeah,
just
to
answer,
continually to make it
just
interesting.
tell me about this words. Self study. It's
Um,
mean. Can you hear
but
me?
I mean, I have like 5-year-olds to 75-year-olds coming to Cambly, and they all want to, you know, some of them are all the different levels of English. No, no, sorry, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Here, hear you, here's you. Here, hear you.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Okay. Can you hear me?
yeah, yeah. So I mean, unfortunately, we've only got a minute left, but yeah, I apologise for this lack of hearing or lack of sound. Which level do you give me? I would give you, as I say, I think you're around that intermediate, in the middle of intermediate to advanced level. I think you speak very well, um, but to get to that, to that next level is certainly you know, increasing your vocabulary, more words, like bigger words, uh, and certainly reading higher level of English, higher level books, reading like autobiographies, a diverse amount of English. Like you've got your Iraq brain here, or your Arabic brain, and then your English brain. So yeah, so it's bringing them closer together. Just thinking more in English, and yeah, Okay. Well, look, it was nice to meet you, and good luck.
You can hear me?
Hope to see you again. I'll send you an email,
Okay.
Ahmed.
Okay. Bye.